welcome to our first vlog for our first card show. Come along as I share the highlights and just my experience vending the first card show. So here is all the show stuff we're taking to our first card show ever. Yeah, this is like nothing, especially in contrast to when we're vending for the art shows, which we use the same stack. Obviously backpack, we have a second stack, that road case there, and just a pile of more stuff. There's just so much more for the art stuff. So to bring one stack, the case and the backpack, that's it. That's all we need for a card show. It's wild. Cool. I guess let's get this all packed up. And you guys. Card Talks. So, off to first Pokemon card vending show, and I have that like nervous, anxious, excited energy, which is weird because I mean we've been vending like our art for the last 6 years, and now it's like going to an art show is really no biggie. So it's obviously new, it's exciting to do like the Pokemon card shows, but really vending is vending. But yeah, so that's kind of like unexpected. I've been vending already, in that area for 6 years. Now to be vending in this area, just like how, like, I don't know, anxious, jazzed, something, excited, I guess. Yeah. Card Talk. So I'm also excited because a lot of the art shows we do are anywhere between like 2 to 4 days. So the event itself, like the show, is 1 to 2 days, but you need sometimes a day to drive in and then like a day to drive back. So depending on like how far away it is, that can kind of determine just how long a show actually is. So that's something that you have to factor in when vending, is just travel, not just cost but also time. So I do work a day job, and anytime I'm traveling, I'm just not making money, whether that's money at the day job or making money while vending. So that you have to factor your time cost into everything. So doing these card shows, they're all just one day, they're all pretty local, so I can drive there and back in a day, which is great. So pretty excited about that. All right, just parked. Now I gotta walk, I think about a block, get to the hotel, start setting up. It's about 20 degrees out, so let's hustle. So I got the table all set up. I couldn't really record anything while I was working. Just holding the phone and setting things up just wasn't really doable. So I just took some quick videos with the phone after the fact. I'm kind of just showing the POV from the vendor side of the table here. This is our case full of singles. Everything is 10 and up here with our new custom risers. Some signage, our booster pack holder, all the sealed stuff that we brought along, and some of the other merch, as well as our $1 single binder and our $2 to $9 single binder. Just kind of flipping through here. This is the whole table. I mean, I was afraid we weren't going to have enough stuff, but we definitely filled out. So I'm sitting in a parking lot of a Dairy Queen. Just had some food. Just got done maybe like 30 minutes to an hour ago from the card show I was just at, and wow. What just happened? That was a lot of fun. It was just super cool, making deals with people, talking about Pokemon cards, and helping people connect with cards that they were like looking for, master setting. We sold out all our Mega Dream and sold some other sealed stuff, some loose packs, did some trades with kids, which was fun. I'm gonna do a full maybe breakdown of just some stuff post show when I get home, just back into the office, better lighting and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the trades with kids was fun because they weren't expecting for me to say yes to even trade, let alone accept the trade that they wanted to do. So that was definitely fun. But yeah, I mean, that was wild. That's super fun. And I get to now come home, or I'll be getting home about time like our kids go to bed, so I don't have to miss out on helping put kids down. So that's another win, man. Just wanted to kind of post show quick, do a little update. But Yeah, man, for a first show, that was awesome, and I'm definitely excited to keep doing these. Yeah, I'll do a full breakdown probably tonight or tomorrow once I get home and kind of string all this together. All right, so back in the office, it's the next day after the card show, and just want to do like a little recap of kind of how the whole card show went. And so setup was pretty easy. I mean, just walk your stuff in and set up super quick. Stuff that we got, all the card risers, those fit in the case, laying everything out. All the singles in the case went great. I was laying out the binders. We had an 8-foot table, plenty of space for the 2 binders. And then all the sealed product, I just stacked up behind and put all the price stickers on. That worked really well. I could see everything. Nobody was able to like, really interact without kind of like me being aware of it. So I was a little nervous about the sealed stuff. There's that whole, you should keep it behind so no one can like reach out and grab it. But, we just didn't have that issue. So with it being it's right in front of me, like I'm a pretty big dude, so don't have to worry too much about that. Obviously, I chatted with some other vendors, which was really cool, just to kind of gauge how the show might be in like the past and just the general area where we were at. I mean, since I had never vended, Pokemon cards before, just trying to like gauge some, some recon on the area, past shows, that kind of deal, where other people are doing shows, and just to see how generally the community is doing, which it seems to be doing really well. So. Just definitely good to know for the future that it seems pretty like secure to continue vending at card shows. So that was super nice. I mean, people just came walking in, they just come up, and yeah, I just was nice, asked what they were looking for, and they either were looking for something specific, they were just generally browsing, then just cue them into the binders, the case, the sealed stuff, the loose packs, and just kind of naturally the conversation progressed from there. So it was pretty seamless. I mean, so of course we did a bunch of trades and we did some buying. Obviously we did some selling. So that was pretty seamless with all of since I sourced a lot of our inventory from Facebook Marketplace, people just getting rid of stuff. I had already done a lot of reps through just collector, comping a bunch of things. So pretty seamless to do that. Everybody obviously was fine with all the ratios of trading versus selling. The sealed product was fun. We were the only ones there that had Mega Dream, so people who knew what it was were pretty excited about it. They'd obviously seen it all online, so it was cool to have the opportunity for them to be able to like buy it right now and take it home. and they did. I mean, we sold out of Mega Dream while at the show, and I think 3 boxes were ripped like on site. So I just encourage everybody to run up, show us what you got, so we were able to do that. And I was just, everyone was very excited because Mega Dream is definitely a fun set to open up. So it's fun then to be a part of that excitement, like live kind of in show. So that was definitely fun. Obviously we did a lot of deals, some people completing some master sets of random things, usually of course of specific card sets. Somebody was trying to master set all the Wooper cards, so because we had like a $1 binder, we did have some Wooper cards that he needed, which was pretty fun. It's always fun to meet somebody who's specifically master setting a Pokemon. I mean, sets of course are great and all that, but some Pokemon don't get a lot of love, so it's fun to see like somebody being like, yep, I'm just master setting Woopers because like they need more love. So that was a lot of fun. Obviously we had some deals that just didn't work out, and I mean that's just the way it goes. So it's one of those things as being a vendor versus a buyer, reaching that kind of that mid area where everybody's happy with kind of what with the numbers and the proposed deal. But not every deal works out, and that's okay. One thing that I kind of haven't talked about yet was one of the reasons I wanted to get into vending, besides just funding the Pokemon habit, was, the world's a little crazy right now, and I had seen some videos by Beer Dad Cards and just his abundant generosity to, people, kids, and it was, a light in kind of a chaotic and tumultuous time. So it would, to me, as a parent, it's something that I think about, the future for our kids, and then can we be like that little, beacon of light, in a tumultuous and chaotic time. So, and even in a space as, maybe silly or childish as Pokemon, but if we can brighten somebody's day just a little bit by just doing some trades with kids. They were definitely not in our favor, of course. Getting them to trade even just, the common ball cards for a gem 1 pack, or doing clearly a straight trade for cards that we may not necessarily want, but they definitely wanted. But just at least getting them to participate in kind of the commerce of like how this world functions was just a lot of fun, and the kids definitely seemed to appreciate it. So it was definitely awesome to be like a source of I don't know, fun, I guess, for these kids who are at these shows. I mean, they started then running around going like that guy, like he's really like whatever. So then more kids started coming over, so the word kind of spread then that I was accepting trades with kids. So definitely a lot of fun. So then packing up was pretty easy. I mean, again, just kind of break everything down, reload it back into, we have those tool stacks from Craftsman, and so everything fit in there. Plus I had to just carry the case, so just repack it up and away we go. And I had a lot less stuff to pack up because we had sold a bunch of sealed products. So I mean, I think I was out of there in the show was done at 5. I was back I had to walk a block to the parking garage, and I was back in my car at like 5:25. So yeah, super, super easy to pack up and head out. So definitely refreshing in contrast to like when we vend our personal art at art shows, where setup can take 2.5 hours and tear down can be hour and a half. And so yeah, super, super quick. So definitely a different vending experience for sure. But I will say that the 6 years we had done vending art has definitely helped with vending here. So I am very familiar with the process of vending in general, and just standing behind a table all day and conserving water, so that way we don't have to like run to the bathroom every 5 minutes. Packing food, so that way I don't have to like run off and eat. I just bring food, so that way it's just super seamless. You just eat in between things and away you go. So yeah, definitely getting those 6 years of reps vending art before vending Pokemon cards definitely helped. So it was very, very comfortable. So in all, it's pretty good. It was a pretty good experience, and I mean, pretty good. I'm being modest. Like, I'm very excited about continuing to vend and sourcing cards and sourcing more sealed product. So it's definitely a lot of fun for me. The show was a smaller show. I mean, I've seen bigger shows, like watching vendor POVs online on YouTube and stuff. So I know like Collecticons and stuff get really, really huge. This was a small one. I think I heard they had like 200 attendees. So, but despite being so small, I mean, I have no baseline to know what success looks like, other than we didn't end in the red, we ended in the black. Obviously, we sold out of Mega Dream. I sold some Terrestrial Festival sealed boxes. We had some Chinese card holders. They're like Eevee ones. We sold out of those. I sold singles, and of all price points. I sold the $1 ones. I sold a bunch of $2 to $9 ones. I sold the 10 and up ones, and some. We kind of niched down to the cutie cards, so we're not doing, we're not doing Charizards and Mewtwo's and Giratinas. We're doing stuff like Mew, Pikachu, obviously, the Evolutions, Oxbun, stuff like that. So just all the cuties, and I mean, there's definitely a market for it. It's obviously very, lady driven, but that's okay. We can give all those Pokemon, a little bit of light. I think what that kind of cues me into is a show for only having 200 attendees, and all the vendors left relatively happy, as far as the word kind of got around, is that the card community is definitely strong, and even at a small show like that, and everyone's very excited to like find stuff, pick stuff up. So that show went so well at 200 attendees. Imagine if you go to a show with 500, 1,000, 10,000, 50,000, and how successful those can be. So that definitely gives me a lot of, hope, excitement to like continue doing, shows. I mean, I think we'll mostly stick local in our area for now. I mean, maybe if we all of a sudden explode, we'll do bigger ones, but I like the like little bit of smaller ones, bring in hopefully some stuff people haven't seen, especially like the Japanese seal. If they don't have access to that or just don't know how to source it online or whatever, it's fun to be like, somebody who can like bring that to, collectors. So that'll definitely be exciting. Well, I think I rambled on long enough about the show, so I definitely appreciate you guys sticking through the video. If you made it through, if you guys want to like and subscribe, we definitely appreciate it. And we also, of course, have our website, monstermodstudio.com, so if you want to check it out, we'd really appreciate it, and snag yourself some stuff. Till the next one.